Sergeant America here, late to the party. Luckily, though, I wasn't late to the library. I definitely am thankful that we have a good library here and was able to pick up Batman R.I.P., written by Grant Morrison, drawn by Tony S. Daniel. Um, I'm just starting to get deeper into Batman. I definitely have a group of friends that are Batman enthusiasts and experts that can help fill in the gaps for me, and in this one I may have to talk with them and kind of get some more information. It's definitely interesting in the idea, but Batman can fight the villain of the week. Batman could challenge himself, and then sometimes Batman has to fight ideas or concepts, and that's where I guess sometimes maybe the lighter reader of Batman kind of gets lost. This one definitely kind of feeds into that last theory. This is another one of the villains who knows Batman's identity. This is the Black Glove and his Dance Macabre, a group of weird millionaires, billionaires, one percenters who decide that it's better to play with Batman's mind and to destroy him rather than just plain out kill him. The idea then is this group gets rid of all of his support structure. They mess with his mind, and at that point, can you beat Batman if you've beaten his mind? We've often talked about it. Batman's the everyday guy, but he has the ability to think through every situation, have a device or a plan set up already months, years in advance, so that he can tackle any challenge that's out there. And this fits into that whole scheme. It's, Batman loses his mind, and then sets up a protection idea with that where he did worry about it. What would happen if I ever lost my mind? I would have to still be Batman. And so he creates another Batman alter identity, the Batman of Zur-Urnell, and it was, he's dressed up in a very colorful outfit, and Batmite is with him, accompanying him as he continues to fight the Dance Macabre. The Black Glove is a doctor, I presume, who has come up with the idea that he will impersonate Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father, and that way when Bruce just disappears, or they consider him insane and they throw him in Arkham, Dad can mysteriously come back from the dead and take over the Wayne Empire. I know that it's been touched on a little bit. For those people who have read Hush, the idea was for Hush to take on the Batman ID. The idea on this then is the Thomas Wayne. Sometimes it's, the brother of Bruce. There's all these different ideas on, playing with the Wayne family and what that means. Being as one of those people who hasn't been as deeply read, I often have questions about that. How is it, that's that there's no other Wayne family that inherits even a fraction of this money. Where are the, brothers and sisters of Thomas Wayne or Martha, even on that point? I think they're just sitting out there waiting to be used by the next great writer. The grandparents, there's some of it that's been touched on with Court of Owls that I read, with the great-great-grandfather of, Bruce Wayne. So this book, definitely was an enjoyable read. I'm thankful that the library had it. Wonderful artwork. It had covers inside by Alex Ross. And the tough part is just, as somebody who's not that deep into Batman, I don't know what I think about there always being this plan that was laid, almost decades long. And the idea of these villains, I guess to make life flavorful, you lie to yourself a little bit, you puff up certain things. I think about that with my comic book collection. What does my comics mean to me? I'm not going to sell them off when I'm 60 and think I'm going to be a millionaire. I bag and I board them, And, you know, am I doing that so that they're in good condition next time I read them? That I do think there's more inherent value than what there is in just the pages that I read. So when I do that and I assign value to those, or I lie to myself on what I think the comics are going to be, I think that's what you kind of have to do with the story. The bad guys, they lie to themselves about what's the best way to kill Batman. You know, is it better to torture him? Is it better to know his identity and just play with him? And then, you know, when you grow tired of that, then you'll take over his fame, his fortune. Or is it smarter just to put a bullet in the back of Bruce Wayne's head, you know? Or is that hollow? You know, you kill the Batman, maybe you don't get anything from him, but the fact that he's dead, and then you die and someone else takes your place. So sometimes the suspension of disbelief is necessary. Sometimes you need the flair of a story, of a character to carry on the desire to want to read this. If it was just that Batman had to kill or be killed, I get, you know, it would be very shallow storyline. To have these interesting characters that are a little crazy, you know, flavorful, if you want to call it that, it does create a certain sense of story and style. And maybe that's the thing I haven't quite found myself enjoying yet. But I think I'm getting there. I think I'm starting to enjoy the style of Batman, the ethos and pathos, the idea that there's more than just a man in a cape, the idea that fear is what can control and be used by a person to make yourself a hero or a villain. So, definitely thankful for the library having that, for being able to read that. And I'm definitely hoping that all the Batman fans that are out there let me know a little bit more. What keeps you reading Batman? Is it that it's just an icon that's out there that needs to be loved, same as Superman? Is it that there's flair and taste to the stories, and that's why you keep reading them? Is that it's almost Shakespearean, or whoever your favorite writer is, that the story is the story, and that is what you love of it, and the Batman character just carries the story with it? Is there something else I'm not seeing, or that I need to focus on to enjoy Batman? That's, I guess, what I have to say to you, but next, I gotta go to the next party. Thank you, everybody, for watching the videos. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, but if nothing else, give me a comment and let me know, Batman or otherwise, what you're thinking. Have a good night.